of the Rusty Humphries Rebellion is brought to you by Wax RX, the same ear washer purchased by doctors and clinics. It's pH conditioned earwax system, and it cleans your ears as good as the doctor, and you don't have to pay the doctor prices. It's if you got weird earwax in your ears like I do, get Wax RX right now. Go to waxrx.com, and let me tell you, my friend, you will be so happy that you did.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. That's a direct order. Do it now.
He's been put down, ripped off, cut open. Now, he's unleashed. Unleashed. The American insurgency starts now. This is Rusty Humphries Rebellion Radio.
How you doing? This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. My name is Rusty Humphries. It's my rebellion, and you're a part of it. I'm just the leader, man. I just want everybody to work together so we can fight against the slime that is in Washington, D.C. This edition of the Rusty Humphries Rebellion is being powered by Right Wing News on Facebook at rightwingnews.com. Also, it's being brought to you by Wax RX. Is being brought to you by Australian Dream Arthritis Pain Relief Cream, Ad Zombies, the great book by John Hawkins, 101 Things All Young Adults Should Know. And then one other thing, and can I start off with asking a favor? I got a couple of favors I want to start off with because, well, it's Thursday. It's the weekend warm-up. We're getting ready, and I need your help. Okay, and I'm going to give you a little something for your help. The question I'm having is that the help I need quickly is I've been working on this new book. Okay, I've never done this before, first book ever, and I'm doing it myself, and I've learned so much. And some of it has been a disaster, some has been good, but the book has turned out really good. So now it's time for you to go and buy it. Now, I haven't priced it at $15 or $20. I've got the ebook, which is out there at $7.77. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. And then also the paperback is coming out anytime now. It's being published right now, so that should be available later tonight. And then the audiobook I'm almost done with, and that should be out in the next day or so. So what is my favor? I want to give you a present. And I'm not going to do this very often, and I think I've done it right with Amazon. But tomorrow, for a very limited number of people, and when they are gone, we are going to give away this book called 7 Ways to Win Political Debates with Your Liberal Family and Friends and Still Keep Them as Your Family and Friends. We're going to give the Kindle edition away to a limited number of people for free tomorrow only. Now, this is going to be done through Amazon, so you have to go to my Amazon page. Just type in Rusty Humphries. You'll find the book there, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates with Your Liberal Family and Friends, and download the ebook. Now, the one thing I'm asking you to do, if you're lucky enough to get one of the few copies, and when I say few, we've got a very large audience. I think it's going to be like 100, which is that's a lot of people getting a chance to get one. I'm asking you, would you please help me get this off the ground and write a nice review for it? If you think it sucks, then you write that down. I want you to be honest. But if you'd please write a review and let people know about it, help me get this out. It is an important message, not just for me. Will I make a couple of dollars? Yeah, not as much as you'd think, but hey, we all got to eat, right? Not me. I need to lose a couple of pounds, but that's okay. But it's a very important issue. We've got 4th of July coming up, and all of these family get-togethers, or you're going to get together with your friends, and there's always that one douchebag, always that one guy that is looking to cause trouble. Oh, you like Trump? Yeah, let me tell you something. And he starts guzzling the liquid courage, and next thing you know, you're in an argument. So how do you get out of it? How do you stop these idiots from making things worse? It's all in the book, and again, I'm not promoting this anywhere but on the show. So it is for Friday only, I don't know if they're going to start it at midnight or sometime in the morning. Again, it's up to Amazon. It's limited edition. It's free, 1 day only. Go get it, and please, 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 if you would, please go and write a nice review, okay? Let's say hello. Kevin says hi. Lyndon is saying hello. What's up? Hope you're having a good day, Kevin says. You know what? It has been a good day. For 3 days, though, I have barely left this chair. And when I mean barely left and for 3 days, I'm talking, I ran down to McDonald's yesterday, and that's about 2 blocks away. And I went to Subway, and I split a 6-inch sandwich. And I had half the 6, so I had 3 inches for lunch and 3 inches for dinner. All right, that sounded weird. Anyway, and all I'm doing is trying to get these darn books out. And so the book stuff is done. Man, what a pain. And now I got to finish reading the audiobook, and I want to get it just right. It's fun. It's different, but it is a pain. Robert's got a link up there, facebook.com. We the People's Voice Will Be Heard. Robert, I don't know what that is. And, we'll maybe talk about that at some. We'll give you a little free plug. Barbara's checking in. Gladys is in Texas. Chris is checking in, saying hi, hello. Kay Lynn is from Fowler, Colorado. Zoe, hey. Mike is in Scarsdale, New York. Jim, hey, Rusty. Marianne is in Las Vegas. How you doing? Sandra says, this is new to me. I like it. Hi, Sandra. How you doing? So everybody do me a favor now, if you would please. You know what to do. We've got to get the shares out. We've got to get people to watch the video. How do we get the shares? It's from you. Get the shares out. Share it with your friends. And then thumbs up and hearts and all those good things. And let's get the engagement going. And let's get people knowing what's going on out there. It has been kind of a busy day. And it's, to me, did you want? And I'm hesitating here because it's so stupid what today's big headline is. The big headline. Okay, let's just read this a little bit together here. Ready? Ugly American president. Donald Trump's tweet rant against Mika and Joe reaches a new low. From the New York Daily News. Morning breaks over Washington. President of the United States, possessed of awesome power and awesome responsibility, ready to grapple with the most urgent business of the nation and the world, the man in the mirror. For embarrassingly too many mornings, Donald Trump gripped his phone, opened the Twitter app, and unleashed self-serving deceptions, personal attacks, and rages against the, quote, fake news media, unquote. But Thursday's astonishingly infantile burst of trash talk aimed at MSNBC's, and they're only missing one thing, MSNBC's adulterous couple, Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough, descended to newly squalid depths, in line with a surge of administration attacks against news outlets. Ranted the tweeter-in-chief, I heard poorly rated at morning Joe speaks badly of me. I don't watch him anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came, and then silence for 6 minutes? What weighty matters could have occupied the president's time, his fingers, his minds as the seconds ticked by? Perhaps the fate of the Obamacare repeal as he promised the voters of America, hanging on by mere threads in the Senate, where he must flip at least 2 expected no votes to yes in his own Republican Party to prevail. Perhaps it's the swelling nuclear ambitions of North Korea. Nah. Time to get back in the WrestleMania ring with another round of bashing, the one aimed squarely at Brzezinski. He writes, to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me. She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no. So, the entire press conference today was, oh my gosh, President Trump made fun of Mika Brzezinski. By the way, we all should be making fun of Mika Brzezinski. She's one of the least talented hacks on television today. This is a woman that has no business being in broadcasting. Just a terrible hack. But hey, she's sleeping with the host. Everybody's happy, right? Have you seen Joe's? He's got a new CD out, an EP. Ugh, awful. So because Trump talked about blood, it's like Megyn Kelly. And maybe he's talking about menstrual blood or something. No, I think he's pretty specific. He was talking about bleeding badly from a facelift. Well, you're being mean to women. Oh. So these same people can try to destroy a lot of my friends. Scotty Nell Hughes, who did a lot of stuff for Donald Trump on CNN. They savaged her. Ann Coulter, they savage her. Put the list of conservative women that go on television, and every single day they are the attempt. Sarah Palin, they try to destroy them. I mean, even the New York Times tried to suggest that Sarah Palin had Gabby Giffords shot or something. And that's the news story. And then the liberal media can't figure out why nobody likes them. There's some people that are going to kind of try to come and hurt us because of Trump. No, I don't want anybody to hurt you, but it's because of you, media. It's because of how lousy of a job you're doing, and everybody sees it. That's the problem. Sandra checking in. I already said hi to Sandra. Hi, Sandra. I'll say it again. Hi again. Okay, so here's my question. I'm going to say hi to folks real quick. I want to get some thumbs up. I want to see your comments and stuff. But as you're giving me comments right now, I want to know, do you think Trump has taken it too far with the tweets? Is it time to stop? Or do you agree with me? And that is, I'd kind of like him to be a little more careful with the tweets. But I like that he goes around the media like we're doing here on Facebook, like we're doing on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion podcast. We're going directly to the people, which is what Donald Trump is doing. And he doesn't give a damn what they have to say. So, again, Joe and Mika could say anything they want about Trump or anybody in his administration. They can call Steve Bannon Darth Vader. They can make fun of Vice President Mike Pence when he says he doesn't want to be alone at dinner with a woman other than his wife. That's all horrible. That stuff should be attacked. Donald Trump's children, that's all okay. But when he strikes back and points out that Mika and Joe wanted to hang out like a bunch of puppies, and maybe she was in Florida, and by the way, at Christmas time where she had a little nippy, a little tucky, and that's off limits. See, I think what he's doing is right. Finally, the media is backing down a little bit. They're losing the battle for the first time in a long, long time. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you agree with the media, and maybe, hey, Lindsey Grahamnesty, he came out and said, Donald Trump, you're being a meanie. And I love the way the media portrays him. Lindsey Grahamnesty, one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters. Really? More fake news? Lindsey Grahamnesty and John McCain only care about Lindsey Grahamnesty and John McCain. That's it. And you expect us to believe you when you put out crap like that. Okay, what else is going on? I'm going to get some more of your tweets here. I got another thing coming up. There we go. We're going to get to James O'Keefe. He's got a new video in just a second. Mark is checking in from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hey, Mark. Hi. Alan is here from... is it Thule, Utah? Sorry about that. Ed says, you're not the leader. You should say you're one of us. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm saying I'm running the show. I'm a part of the family. Somebody's got to turn the microphone on. I mean, you're not turning my microphone off or anything. It's no big deal. Anyway. Glenda says, I love your show. Thank you, Glenda. Alyssa is in Alabama. Kay has shared the video now. So be like Kaylin, please. Share the video. Give me some thumbs up and some hearts. I don't see them on that screen. I got to put my phone up so I can see your lovely hearts and shares because I appreciate them so much. I really do. And it makes such a difference. You know, trying to get around the mainstream media and trying to get around what's going on even online. Having your support is so important. And I know, again, it sounds corny, it sounds hokey, and I say it every night, but it is so darn true. So please share it. Okay, I can see. Let me hit that button. It's probably going to make noise now. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. There's the thumbs up. There's the hearts. Thank you. Bruce says, Rusty, I like what you have to say. Kevin has shared the video. Thank you, Kevin. Let's see. Kevin is in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Bobby is waving a hand from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oshkosh bagosh. I used to wear those pants. Mama, can I get some Oshkosh bagoshes? Let's see here. Russell is in Zoloft Springs, Florida. Mike owns a timeshare in a shipyard. Hello, Kentucky. That's Melba. Jason in Ohio. Nebraska. Josh, hi. Home of cows and corn. Weird doggy. William says, who is Rusty? It's a fair question. I mean, every single day we're on here, but we do different stuff. Been a radio talk show host for 30 years. My national show's listed as number 6 as the 6th largest audience in the country. I've been syndicated on over 350 stations all over the country. But at a few months ago, I realized that radio on terrestrial stations is dying, and the growth and what's new and the way to really reach people is right here. And so I've taken my show, and I'm doing it every night here at 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. You could watch it live at Right Wing News on Facebook. You could hear the podcast right afterwards at the Rusty Humphries Rebellion on iTunes and Stitcher. And I stand for what Superman used to stand for: truth, justice, and the American way. I don't, while I'm a conservative, I'm not going to sit there and back the elites in the Republican Party, and I sure as hell ain't going to stand up for the elites in the Democrat Party. I stand up for the little guy. I like what Donald Trump has said. I want to see him do more of it. I want to see him drain the swamp. I want to see these Republicans quit being candy asses and wussies. They did something pretty good today. We're going to get to that in just a second. But speaking of candy asses and wussies, let's take a look at a video our friend James O'Keefe did. Now, yesterday and the day before, we talked about James O'Keefe's videos. And I told you he learned very, very well from Andrew Breitbart. And that is when he's got a big feature, he's not going to just put it all out there on one day. He's going to drip, drip, drip it out. And he is doing it and doing it well with CNN right now. Brand new video came out today. Check it out here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
This is Mr. Zucker's residence on 3264th Street,
Jeff Zucker, head of
New
CNN.
York City.
This is James O'Keefe. How are you? Give a comment, sir, about the Russia story. Okay.
That was pretty cowardly there, wasn't it? That was pretty cowardly. Take a look at that. This guy usually comes out at 7 a.m., right? Today, he came out at 8 a.m. He's tried to sweat us out for an hour, tried to sweat us out, and they got in the way. You just saw what happened. Cowardly. Completely cowardly. Hi, who are you? Let's go talk. Who are you? You work with him? Huh? You work with Mr. Zucker?
Comment, sir, about the Russia story.
Okay.
What was that about?
That's
was
correct.
about that I was watching you guys trying to interview him.
Okay, you weren't part of his
So I was not part, no.
Have you heard about the CNN tapes?
Yes, I have.
What do you think?
I think at this point here I should have no comment.
You get here at 7 a.m. Every day he leaves the building 7 a.m., 7:05. He has a routine. We stand outside the building, and then the guy comes over right before I walk up. He comes right over, and he says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" I said, "I have a right to stand here. It's a public sidewalk." And as soon as he comes over, Zucker comes out. So they had planned this method of avoiding our questioning. Honestly, it's pretty cowardly. It really is. But Veritas does not give up so easily. Stay tuned. We've got another video coming out as soon as we can finish producing it.
All right, James O'Keefe. Go, brother, go. He's a great guy. I've known James since, his first big videos came out, and he's a true believer, and he believes in journalism. He believes in telling the story, getting it out there, getting it right. That's how I am. Now, I will give my opinion. That's part of my job. But I never say, well, all I'm going to do is give you the news. I'm straight down the middle news, which is what CNN tries to do. And then and then same with ABC and NBC and all those things. And then when they lie, and then they don't know what you're talking about. Well, fake news, lie. What are you talking about? We're being fair. Did you see the stat earlier today? Sarah, what's her last? I don't remember her last name now. I know she's Mike Huckabee's daughter. Sarah Huckabee. Is it Sanders? She brings out a stat which was great, and she says over the past 30 days. You spent, because one of the reporters said, well, we want to talk about the news. Really? You spent, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to have the numbers wrong here because I'm going off the top of my head here, and top of my head isn't always right. See, I can be honest about that. But she said, you spent about a minute in the past month on tax reform. You spent 5 minutes on, anyway, she went down the list, and the most of it was like 20 minutes on something. And then you spent 335 minutes last month on Russia. On Russia. And as I said from the very beginning, the Russia story is a lie. Top to bottom, soup to nuts, there's no there with Russia. If there was, I would be in the front of the line calling for the president's head. I would want to run him out of town on a rail. But I do not believe that Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, is committing treason with Russia, or that he committed treason. Like, by the way, Teddy Kennedy tried to do. Look that one up. Teddy Kennedy, I believe it would have been 1980, he tried to negotiate with the Russians to try to have them help him beat Jimmy Carter for the Democrat nomination. That's the truth. Maybe in 84. Nah, it was 80. It was 80. Let's see here. Checking in. Mike says, I appreciate the truth and logic. Thank you, Mike. Doug says, what's up from Texas? What's up, Mike? You're Doug. Gene's in Kentucky. Patrick says, tell me what you're about. I hope that cleared it up. If you need more, if you have another question, I'm happy to explain myself. I have nothing to hide, unlike CNN. Nanine says, hey, Rusty, I will go buy the book. I don't know much on how to do things on the computer. I love you. I haven't been on long, but always enjoy your show. Hugs. Thank you. I'm from Cabot, Arkansas. Go Trump. I get hugs and no kisses. Thanks. Get a friend to help you. Just go to Amazon. It's real simple. You go to Amazon and just look up 7 ways to win political debates with your liberal family and friends. Right now, the only thing that is up is the ebook, the Kindle. And if you're not a computer gal, Nanine, this would probably be something you don't want to get. At any minute, though, and it may be tomorrow, we're just waiting, the paperback version will be available for sale. And then I hope to have it done in the next day or two. The Audible version, the audiobook will be up too, but I'm not done with it. So I'm going as fast as I can. Here's what I really want your help with. Because these liberals, man, they always look at stuff. So here's what I really need your help with. And again, I don't mean to just be pushing my book, and I don't do this. I've never done this before. I've never had a book before. But one of the things that's very important is what is called the Amazon Best Sellers Rank. Okay? And it's in different categories. And you can see I've only been up for one day, and I'm already 49th in politics and social sciences for short reads, 69th in propaganda and political psychology. Again, it's a book about debating and how you debate your family and friends and don't lose your family and friends. And 91 in practical politics. And it just got started. Now, the other thing that would really help is if you write a customer review. So far, there are no reviews of this. And so your reviews and your comments on Amazon would be so appreciated. I can't tell you how much it would mean to me. I don't know about you, but I've always had a dream of writing a book. And this is my first one. I've got a bunch more coming. But hey, it's the first one. And I think what this book is about is so important. It is about not letting that jerk in the family or that jerk when you go out to a party or to a bar or to a barbecue or whatever it is, not letting that jerk get under your skin and ruin the party. I'm so sick and tired of it. It happens to me every damn time I leave my house. If I go into a social situation, and I talk about this in the book, if I go into a social situation, 2 things always happen. Always, 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 always. Number 1, I get into a situation and somebody finds out that I'm a conservative. And they're nice, and they want to talk, and it's good, but it gets a little bit too in-depth, and I feel like I got to do my radio show live. I've gotten to the point where it doesn't bother me anymore. I realize that a lot of times you go out and you meet somebody like me, and finally you get to talk and feel safe talking conservative politics. And so I embrace that. I'm okay with it now. But the other thing that always happens, always, and I hate it, and that is some liberal finds out I'm a talk show host. And he's like some up-and-coming gunfighter. He's going out for Billy the Kid, and he thinks he's going to come and take me on. Well, and I write about this in the book, too. Okay, Gomer, you want to go for it? You're about to have the most embarrassing 10 minutes of your life. You will never forget it. All of your friends that are around us right now, they will never forget it. They will call it your day of shame, your day of embarrassment. When I'm done with you, and your liberal talking points and your eyedropper deep thoughts, you will be so embarrassed that your friends will tell all of their friends. And they will laugh behind your back, and they will snicker, and they will chuckle. And then you will have nightmares about it. Oh, the nightmares won't stop. And you will, for the rest of your life, go, oh gosh, if only I would have said this to him, if only I would have said that. And it will be one of the most embarrassing moments of your life. Especially if you come out there and you have some kind of an attitude, and one of those, and I'm sure you've seen guys like this where they come and they got this righteous indignation. Oh, you like Trump. I'm going to give it to you. Try it with me. Go ahead. This isn't hyperbole. This is just the truth. And I don't like doing it. That's the point. I don't like doing it. But I'm prepared when these jerks attack me. And I want to make sure you're prepared too. That's what the book is. What do you do when that jerk comes to you in a social situation? What do you do when cousin Gus comes up and bugs you in front of your family and friends when you'd rather be eating a steak? What do you do? That is what this book is all about, okay? So go find it. Again, I'd love it if you'd buy it for $7.77 today. I'd love it. But I'm giving you a secret insight, and that is tomorrow, I've set up a deal with Amazon. I hope I've done it right. And you can get the first, I believe it's 100 people. That's not a lot, but that's enough to get you in. Can download this ebook for free just tomorrow only. But you got to do me a favor, and that is you have to do this real important thing for me, and that is go and do a customer review, okay? Please. And then tell your friends and get them to buy it, okay? Hey, I'm trying to feed my family, all right? I got to pay rent too. I got to pay a mortgage. I got a house payment, car payment. All right, let's check in. Dell is in Texas. How are you? James, Texas. David is in Bethalito, Illinois. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Steven is in White Pine, Tennessee. Don is in Bartow, Florida. Jim in Bellevue, Washington. Jim, I went to my first college. I went to Bellevue Community College. And then I went to Western Washington University, and then the University of Washington, and then I went to Harvard for a weekend. But the other ones I actually attended. William says, I'll look for it on Audible. That's coming soon. It's not there yet. Cincinnati, hello. Janice said, did you know our president was responding to Morning Joe's nasty lie this morning? You know, I don't even know what they said about Trump this morning, to be honest. I know he was responding to something, and something ticked him off. But, you know, again, MSNBC is so far down on my list of stuff that I want to watch. It's never on my list of stuff I want to watch. I mean, ever. By the way, did you hear they fired Greta? MSNBC, Greta left Fox, because she always was a liberal. I don't know if you remember that. She always was a liberal. She was on CNN first. And then she went to Fox for a long time and did pretty well. Then they just hired her at MSNBC, and she's out. She just got fired. So she's looking for work. Brenda says, Florida is listening. Kaylin says, shared this video with my friends. Thank you. Thank you, Kaylin. I appreciate it. Kimberly is an Indiana deplorable. What part of Indiana are you from? My old friend Mike Pence. You got to be proud of Mike Pence, huh? I knew that guy. I've told this story a bunch of times, but I'm proud of it. I feel like I'm a proud papa. But when I lived in Indiana, I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I did a talk show there. Little teeny tiny talk station. It was called WGL, one of the first stations in America. And there was a guy out of Indianapolis, who had a talk show too. And his name was Mike Pence. And he did this Indiana statewide show. And he'd be on my show, and I'd be on his show, and I'd go on vacation. He'd fill in for me, and he'd go on vacation. I'd fill in for him. And he doesn't call me now to fill in on his job. Why is that? I want to fill in on your job now, Mike Pence, Mr. Vice President. I remember, I'm going to run for office someday, he'd say. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are, Mike. Good luck. Keep talking. Good luck. No, I think I'm going to run for office. Uh-huh. Sure you are. What do I know? Let's see. It is so hot here. You want to see something funny? Can I play you a funny video for a second? Can I get off? I've got a ton of your comments I want to read. Thank you. I'm going to get to in just a second. I'm going to ask you right now, can I play you a stupid funny video? It takes about 5 minutes. It is so hot in Arizona. How hot is it? It's so hot I have to take a drink of water in the middle of a show. That's how hot it is. So last year at this time, and I forgot about this video, and if it gets boring, we'll turn it off. But I did this video last year when it was about this hot because I'm from Seattle, and you've always heard, yeah, it's hot. It's so hot outside that you can fry an egg. I never saw that in my whole life. I don't know what you're talking about. So it got that hot in Arizona, and I did a little video last year to show you, especially folks like you in Indiana and Wisconsin and North Carolina, where you don't get hot this hot. What is it today? I think the last time I saw it was 114 today, something like that. I mean, it's just unbearable, and it's been that way for almost a week, and I'm just done. I'm done with it. It's just ugh. But here's a little video of what it's like to live in Arizona and have a little bit of free time on your hands. Here we go. Hello and welcome to my home. Today I thought I'd do a fun experiment. What I thought I would do is, well, today it's 99 degrees as of right now. Whoa! About 99 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's supposed to get a little bit hotter. And you always hear these things, oh, well, you can fry an egg on the sidewalk and all those kind of things. Well, I thought I would do an experiment. Here's my experiment. Why don't you join me? Frying an egg is so passé. What about a whole good old-fashioned American meal? I've got 2 strips of bacon, a hot dog, an egg just for, sake of tradition, and then an uncooked tortilla and some lovely shredded cheddar cheese. I've got a brand new pan, and let's try to put some of this stuff in there. Now, because I've never done this before, I've done some precautions because I don't want to hurt my lovely car. So, looks like the egg has gone over to the tortilla, but I'll move that back over. So, in the car, what I'm trying to do, I have placed a towel on the dash because I don't want to hurt the car, and then I put tinfoil on top of that. Then I'm going to put it right there. And that's what it looks like so far. Let's do it from the outside. There we go. Now, unlike every other experiment I've seen who've just sat the car there and just kind of let it go, I've got things to do today. I'm going to a movie. I'm going to do my chores. And so, do you like the yellow? Yeah, when I went to the border between America and Canada, the guy at the Canadian border says, "Sir, can you roll your window down?" So I roll the window down, and the whole window just went chunk. So I have to get that fixed. It should be ready later this week. Anyway, so I'm going on my chores. I'm going to go see a movie. So I'll keep you posted. Right now it's 11:32. It's 11:32 in the morning, and we are going to go with this processes on how to do this. One is to leave the air conditioner off and let those babies just cook while I'm driving. The other one is it's not that important to my life. Whoops. Turn off the radio. It's not that important to my life, so I'm gonna, when I drive around, I will have the air conditioner on. Let's see how it looks already. I've already decided it's a good thing that I have this pan with the handle here, because as I'm driving, I can just reach over and, you know, just grab this thing, make sure it's nice, like I was going over this bump. There we go. That's nice. After about 20 seconds of driving with the pan on the dash, I have made the decision to move it to down here on the seat until I park at the movie theater. The egg is just going all crazy, going nuts over the place. So, okay, cracking the egg before I left, not my best idea. Let me pull into the grocery store here, grab one other thing I needed, and then I gotta hurry up because the movie's in 15 minutes. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna spend a ton of money. That'll work. $1.29. But see, hey, I'm spending my own money on science. Movie's gonna start in just a few minutes. Let's finish up our science experiment. See, this is weird for me because I grew up in Seattle and we always heard the myth, oh yeah, it's so hot you can fry an egg on the sidewalk, and I don't know if I ever believed it. So let's just see what happens. Okay, here's the cookie dough, and let's put some in the middle. Problem is that egg keeps moving around, and I don't know what that's going to do to the tortilla. But let's, if I can maybe get that egg. Oops. Car bag. I know my car's a mess. I still haven't cleaned it all up from that long drive. Okay, there it is. Looks like the egg is trying to ooze its way. It's going to ooze its way to there. The cheese is already starting to melt. I don't know what's going to happen with the tortilla though, but the egg is looking to find a home back there. And looks like part of it is already kind of cooked in certain spots. So very interesting. Okay, let's turn the movie back and check this out in a couple hours. Now, we can't let all this cookie dough go to waste. Come on, come on. Okay, the movie's over. It's 1:55 in the afternoon, and let's go see how things are cooking in the car. Let's see. Well, it looks like the cookies are doing pretty good. The egg is almost done. The quesadilla looks lovely, and the bacon's looking pretty good. Oh my gosh, this car is so hot. Oh, I just tried to touch this. It's gonna burn my hands. Touching this. Oh my gosh. Oh, ow, ow. It's really, really hot. Let's look up close. That bacon's totally done. The cookies are darn close. The egg is overcooked. And the hot dog, ready to go. There's no unmelted cheese. I think that's a success. Dinner's ready. Now I just got to figure out how to take this thing off without burning my hand off. Oh man. Got a plastic bag in the back, so let's see here. Get better light. Put the well, the cookie is completely done. It's even hard. The egg yolk. Oh, the egg yolk is hard. I can't even. Yeah, the egg yolk is completely done. Let's see here. Yeah, it's all done. It's all completely. Ow, that's hot. Oh well. So the wives' tale that you can cook an egg on the sidewalk or in a car looks like it's true, and science has prevailed. Stay tuned for more stupid experiments right here with me, Rusty Humphries. Okay, all right, there you go. So that was my experiment with cooking stuff in the car here in Arizona. Make sure you share the video. How you doing? Let's check in, see how we're doing here. Let's see here. Roger says false news should be a felony. Fiction should be mandatory jail. Facts should be verified or go to jail. So, Roger, you don't have any, you want to pay no attention to the Constitution and the idea of freedom of speech. Is that it, Roger? Let's see here. Roger, go sell your book elsewhere. You owe the public. What do I owe you, Roger? Matter of fact, I owe you nothing. Everybody else in this room, I'll be happy to take care of. You, Roger, I owe you nothing. You're nothing. You're one of these guys that wants to come in and be Mr. Cool. See, here, look, everybody. Roger wants attention. Let's all look at him. Hey, Raj, you're really cool and important. You're somebody special. Yay for you. Yay for you, Roger. Good for you. By the way, put your pants on. Your mom is yelling at you, but got to go upstairs and go do the dishes. Okay. Let's see here. Ron is in Indiana. How you doing, Ron? George is here. Kaylin is still there. Kentucky is where Naomi is. Let's see here. Timothy, Tabor City, North Carolina. Diane is in Medford, Oregon. Let's see here. George says, New Jersey deplorable in the house. Kaylin says, I lived in Arizona, lived in Bullhead. I'm not sure, I don't know where Bullhead is. I lived North Phoenix area. And it's George wanted me to do cookies in that video, and I did. Jason watches the show every night before he goes to bed. And that's a bunch of stuff going on here. Oh, Sonia asked, should I be impressed with your cooking skills? Actually, I don't want to brag, but hey, you don't put this on without having a lot of skill and a lot of time in your hands. That was probably not my best showing of cooking. That was not my best cooking skills, that's for sure. Okay, let's get to another big story that happened today. Unfortunately, the Senate will probably screw this up, but this was a big deal for Bill O'Reilly before he got taken off the air at Fox News. But this is a big one. The House has passed Kate's Law as part of an illegal immigration crackdown. House Republicans took the action today to crack down on illegal immigrants and the cities that shelter them. One bill passed by the House would deny federal grants to sanctuary cities, and another, Kate's Law, would increase the penalties for deported aliens who try to return to the United States. Kate's Law, which would increase the penalties for deported aliens who try to return to the United States and caught, passed the vote to 257 to 157, with one Republican voting no and 24 Democrats voting yes. Good for you, Democrats. A couple of you have some common sense. You know what that's called? I'm worried about getting reelected, so I better do what I can to get reelected. Kate's Law is named after Kate Steinle, San Francisco woman who was killed by an illegal immigrant who was in the U.S. despite multiple deportations. 2-year anniversary of her death is on Saturday. President Trump said, good news, House just passed Kate's Law. Hopefully the Senate will follow. And that, unfortunately, is where I fear it's going to fail. The Senate is so wrapped up into its own little mess and games going on. I'm tired. I'm tired of the fighting on both sides. I am tired of these politicians caring only about getting reelected and not what is in the best interest of our country. Why is this? Do we even have to have a law? Of course, if you come to the country illegally, you should be in trouble. If you've been deported and you come back, you should be in more trouble. You shouldn't have a city that protects illegal immigrants. And by the way, is that not the definition of racism? Aren't most of the illegal immigrants, the vast majority of illegal immigrants, aren't they people of color? And so if we have special laws and special rules for people of color, what would you call that? You tell me. The other thing that's happening, a lot of people are very angry about it, the Muslim travel ban that Trump has put in. He's keeping out all the Muslims. There are times you just want us to go, people, are you really this stupid? Are you really this dumb? It's 6 countries. By the way, those countries were selected by Obama. They're the countries with the biggest problems with terrorism, and it's 90 days. That's it. It's a 90-day window for us to figure out the mess that we have in our immigration system, and it's only for people that don't really have any relatives or a job when they come to America, but they want to live here. What do you think if you wanted to go to France or Germany or China or Russia or name the country, Canada? Good luck trying to move into one of those countries without a job or trying to get a job and without knowing anybody there and without having any money in your pocket. I did a movie in Canada. It's actually not a bad kids movie. It's called Flick of Country Pride. And Clint Black was the star of it, and Lisa Hartman Black and their kid was in it. And it was a horse movie, Flick of the Horse. And they filmed it in Canada. You would not believe how little filming is done in Hollywood anymore. It's almost none. Almost all of the TV shows have left. Movies have left too. It's Canada, and that's starting to go down now too. It's Vancouver, Canada. Atlanta, Georgia is now the big Hollywood right now. Why? Taxes. So I go to Canada, and I have to have a special work visa, and it's a big deal, big piece of paper. I can only work for 3 days, I think, something like that. And I get to you go in you fly in the airport, and then there's the line, you get the passport. And they give the guy the passport, and he goes, yeah, you need to talk to Jimmy over there. So I go talk to Jimmy. Jimmy goes, how's it going, eh? It's going pretty good. He goes, let me take a look at this. So you're going to be doing a movie here, huh? Yeah. And he says, and he does it real snotty, too. He goes, you know you're taking a job away from a Canadian, don't you? And I go, I guess. He says, what makes you so special? I mean, really talking like this. And I go, ain't nobody like me. And he laughed and let me go. But our country, we just say, the left just wants to say, bring everybody in. We don't need laws. We don't need to worry about it. Just come on in and everything's fine. The water's great. America is supposed to take care of the world. And then we wonder why we're in so much trouble. Okay. Let's see. All right. Mike says, end all immigration. I don't want to say that. We are a nation of immigrants. There is a difference between the immigrants at the beginning of our country up to about 1918. Those immigrants came to work. Today, immigrants are coming to get welfare. So that's a huge difference. No, they're not. They're coming to work in the fields. But they're being subsidized with food, clothing, shelter, housing, and then, who knows what else. Then they have children. Those anchor babies become citizens, and then you can't get rid of them. And then we have to pay for those kids, and you got to pay for the parents because the parents are the only things that take care of the kids. It's a mess. It is a mess. It's a mess. 90 days isn't long enough. I don't even know what you're going to do in 90 days. I don't know why this is a big deal. It's 90 days. Isn't that what the PX90? You can be in shape in 90 days. 90 days is nothing. Jack says, illegals make it harder and more expensive for those of us who are in the process of immigrating legally. My visa was finally approved yesterday. Good for you, Jack. Where are you coming in from? Love to hear that. Like MS-13 and the other people, they will hurt people, they will kill people. They should be kicked out of the U.S., yeah? Lower crime, get rid of the illegals. Enough said, make America safe again. That's from Sean. Alicia, they come to work and they don't ask for a hand. You're wrong with what you're saying. Letitia, I wish I was wrong. I live in Arizona. I see it every single day. Every day. Saw it in Florida. I say it is all across our country. And I'm glad some of them want to work, and some of them are wonderful people, and they work very hard, some of them do. But we cannot take care of the entire world. We can't do it. And one of the things that they're taking jobs, entry-level jobs from kids. And so young people, high school, college, are having a real hard time getting jobs because they're given to illegal immigrants who are adults. And then our kids sit around and they don't get a work ethic. Sit around playing video games and causing trouble. And then when it's time to get a job, they spend their time outside yelling and screaming and looking for their safe space. Let's see. Mike says, yeah, Rusty, how much more of the world can we absorb? I don't know. Well, we have a lot of space in this country. There's those people that say we need to have zero population growth in America. I don't agree with that. Get in an airplane, fly across America, look down. There's a lot of land without people in it. Todd, it's a fact. Most immigrants today vote Democrat because they are told how to think in America. The old school immigrants who really built this country, they know how to vote. Anyway, so that is what's going on. Is there anything else I wanted to cover today? We did Kate's Law. We did that. We talked about the book. Oh, little video that is getting a little, a music video that is getting some viral plays right now. It's going viral. I'll play a little bit of it. It's a little bit long if you ask me, but let's play a little bit of it here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
These cuts are blood money. People will die. Let's be very clear. Senate Republicans are paying for tax cuts for the wealthy with American lives.
People need kidneys, it's sad but decreed, yet the senator's hoarding one more than she needs. I offer this bill and I hope you'll vote aye, unless of course you just want people to die. Traffic deaths have many crying with fear. Over 30,000 people are dying each year. This modest change I propose must be applied, unless of course you just want people to die. Alcohol deaths are exceeding comparisons. Black people, white people, Native Americans. We need to ban alcohol. It can't be denied, unless of course you just want people to die. Murders are bad. They have no defenders, yet many are committed by repeat offenders. I say lifetime in prison, whatever the crime, unless of course you just want people to die. I don't have a bill or a groan to detail. I just need a short clip for my donor email. Tim, there's blood on your hands. You want people to die. That good? Cool. Tim, dinner at 5? Yeah. The car deaths I mentioned are terrible stuff. Doesn't seem one seatbelt is ever enough. You must vote for my act so that fewer will cry, unless of course you just want people to die. The carbs, the container, we cannot ignore. Whipped cream's killing more people than ever before. This bill would be passed and be ratified if those people that didn't want people to die. Why not weigh all the costs, the effects, the results, empathize with each other as if we were adults, use our brains to craft arguments, not vilify, see that freedom's a trade-off. You want people to die! I tried. Crossing the street is incredibly tough.
Very, very, very cute. Okay, I want to remind you all that this program is put on by and sponsored by some great sponsors. We want to thank them. I want to ask you to please go and support our sponsors. Australian Dream Arthritis Pain Relief Cream. It's available at Walmart, Walgreens, and any great retailer. If you have pain, go get it. It's great for your back. It's great for arthritis. It doesn't smell, doesn't burn, it's not greasy. And it is got a money-back guarantee, empty jar guarantee. You use the entire jar, and if it doesn't work for you, go send it back. You'll get your money back. John Hawkins runs the Right Wing News Service, and he has a great book out, too. It's called 101 Things All Young Adults Should Know. It is a great book, great for grads. Go check it out if you would. It's available at Amazon. Wax RX, if you're like me and have wax buildup in your ears, happens to me like twice a year. It gets me all dizzy and stuff. Wax RX is the same basic stuff that they have at the doctor's office, but it's not the same prices. So it does a great job. You find it at waxrx.com, and you'll be very, very happy you did. Blunt Force Truth is a fabulous, fabulous podcast. It is hosted by Chuck Woolery and another guy named Mark Young. They do a fabulous job. You can find that at bluntforcetruth.com. And then my new book, it's out there. 7 Ways to Win Political Debates with Your Liberal Family and Friends. The ebook is available now. And again, just for you. It's, I'm not telling anybody, it's just for you, 1 day only. We're going to put it up tomorrow until they run out. Go to Amazon, look for it. And I don't know how long they're going to do it, but it will be for free just for listeners to this program. And when they're gone, they're gone. But go to Amazon.com, type in my name, Rusty Humphries, and look for the Kindle version. That will be the one that's available for no cost for 1 day only. And then if you would please go and give a nice review or check it out. If you don't like it, that's okay too. That's it for the program. Anything else? Is there something else that you want to go over? Let's see here. Yeah, Todd. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Chuck Woolery. Chuck's a great guy. He really is. Spent time with him in his house a couple weeks ago. Peter's liking the show. Thank you. Kaylin, thank you. Hillary, what planet did I come from? Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Sandy says, I don't understand what's happened to Hillary. She's gone underground. I was born in France, but my father was in the military. I had dual citizenship. I don't understand why these Mexican kids born here don't have dual citizenship, and until their parents become citizens, they live in the same country as their parents. Huh. Sonia says, do you know, Letitia, my son was denied a life-saving surgery by our insurance, but illegals with the same health issues get it for free. How fair is that? Yeah, that's true. My brother works at a hospital, and it is surprising how we are giving so much. I mean, we are the most generous country in the world. It's very nice of us. The problem is we just can't afford it anymore. And what is the line? And when are we going to allow the rest of the world not to take advantage of us? All right, that's it for the program. Check out the show every night here at 9 in the East. It's 6 in the West. Do it for about an hour, 30, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever. You can also find the podcast, The Rusty Humphries Rebellion, at iTunes, Stitcher, any place you get your podcasts. And please share this, like it, tell your friends about it. If you have Alexa, I have a brand new Alexa skill. There's a secret gift on there, too. All you have to do is put in your Alexa on your iPhone. Just type in Rusty Humphries. It'll pop up. And then ask Alexa for the news, and I'll pop up and tell you a little secret if you're an Alexa owner. So that's just for today, too. That's going to go away midnight tonight, I guess, unless I'm asleep. Anything else? I think that's it. May God bless you. May God bless America. We will see you next time right here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Okay, don't forget, go to Amazon. I'd love for you to go buy the book today, if you would, the ebook. The regular book will be ready soon. Oh, Joe doesn't think we're the most generous country in the world. Joe, tell me who is more generous than America? Is tonight dumbass night? What happened? I don't know. Anyway, so go to Amazon, if you would, please, and get that book. I sure appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.